Bezrat Hashem, the Gemara this morning, Sota, page 17a. Rava, one of the biggest Talmudists in his time, is teaching us the following thing. How did we get the mitzvah of tefillin? How did we get the mitzvah of talit? So he's teaching us, Bishar shamar Avraham Avinu im echut v'atzroch na'al zachu lebanav l'shte mitzvot chut shel tchelet v'rutzuah shel tefillin. Because Avraham Avinu, coming back from a war, right, where he went to save the city of Sodom were wicked people, but his nephew Lot used to live in this city, and they separated. Lot and Avraham separated from each other, and Avraham told Lot, whenever you're going to need me, I'm going to be there for you. And there hears Avraham that his nephew was captured. What does he do? He goes and he fights against 4 giant kings, right? And he risks his life. And Baruch Hashem, Hashem helps him with a big miracle. They throw arrows in him and nothing happens to him. He takes sand and throw it at him, and each grain of sand turns into arrows, and he kills all of them, and he's able to bring back Lot and the whole city of Sodom. The king of Sodom is telling him, now that you saved us, we were hopeless. There was no chance for us to be saved. But now that Hashem made you a miracle, please give me the man. Give me all the people back so we can reconstitute the city, and you take all the gold, the silver, whatever you want. Avraham says, I won't take even a shoelace from you, right? And I won't take even, right, chut, not even a string from you, nothing. Everything is yours. I don't need you, because I don't want that one day you're going to say, oh, you know how Avraham became rich? Because he took all the treasures when he saved Sodom. You won't be able to say that, because if I become rich one day, only Hashem is going to make me rich. And that's what happens. Avraham becomes very rich, but he becomes richer with 2 big mitzvot. He says, I wouldn't take a string from you. So Hashem tells him, I'll give you a string which is going to be a mitzvah. And that's the string of the tzitzit. You said, I wouldn't take a shoelace from you. I'll give you a shoelace which is going to be a mitzvah. The shoelace is going to be the straps of the tefillin. So we got those 2 mitzvot, the straps of tefillin and the string of tzitzit, thanks to Avraham Avinu that wanted to show those kings and these people that their richness and everything belongs to Hashem. Teaching us, we should always recognize as whatever we have comes from Hashem. Some people think because they're smart and they're working their head off, right? And they're doing all kinds of plans, that's how to become rich. No. If Hashem does not give you a bracha, if Hashem does not make you succeed, you cannot become rich. And if you became rich, right, and you don't believe in it, right, there's a reason for it too. Because this wealth, right, comes to take away from something else you deserve. So a person always should recognize that his richness, right, and his powers, everything comes from Hashem. Then the Gemara wants to know, by why is it that the string that we have on the talit is supposed to be blue, right? Today we don't have the blue, right? It's like a fish that used to have his blood used to be blue, and we're taking his blood and dipping the white strings inside. One of the strings out of the 4 strings becomes blue, right? But why blue? Why not another color? Says the Gemara, you know why blue? Blue in the tzitzit resembles the color of the water of the ocean. And the color of the water of the ocean, domele rakia, resembles the color of the sky. Rakia, domele kisei hakavod. And the sky, the color of the sky, resembles the color of the throne, the celestial throne, שנאמר, ויראו את אלוקי ישראל, ותחת רגליו כמעשה בנת הספיר. וכתיב, כמראה אבן ספיר דמות כיסא. And then, if you have a tzitzit and you have a blue string, and you remember this blue resembles the ocean, and the ocean resembles the sky, and the sky resembles the celestial throne, you come to remember Hashem. So that's why they say, Tchelet is here to make us remember that Hashem is always here in our lives, right? And that's something very important that we should know, that the blue strings are here to remind us that Hashem is always here. That's why Ashkenazim, they always take out their strings outside. For Sfaradim, according to Kabbalah, we keep the strings inside. But that doesn't mean that we don't remember Hashem. That means that once we know that we carry them, we will be able to remember Hashem. And that's what they say. For those people who have problems with their memory, every time they want to remember something, it's good to take out the tzitzit and to look at the strings, and that will give a memory, like it says in the pasuk, "Uritem oto uzchartem et kol mitzvot Hashem." You look at it, uzchartem, and you get good memory. So a lot of times, people want to say berachot, want to say blessings, and then they ask themselves, did I say the beracha? Did I say borei pri'et? Did I say shakol yam v'aro? Did I say birkat hamazon? The Rav mi Papa, the Rebbe from Papa said once, if you want to remember, just before saying a blessing, look at the strings of the tzitzit, and just after looking at it, say the bracha. You'll see, uritem oto uzchartem, you look at it, and you're gonna remember. And so also, it's even for people that are not yet on the level, right, to put a kippah, you should know one thing. Kippah does not go together with tzitzit, which means not because you don't have a kippah, you don't have to put tzitzit. Tzitzit goes under your t-shirt. It's like a t-shirt even. Today they have tzitzit that made out of cotton, exactly like a t-shirt. You put the strings inside. So basically you're wearing a t-shirt and no one can know you're wearing tzitzit. And that's a bulletproof vest, right? This is something that protects you a whole day. This is something here to remind you that Hashem is always with you. You should have a great day. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen ve'amen.